body is a temple for disease.
Like STDs or all diseases?
All of them. Gotta collect them all.
Gotta catch them all.
Hello and welcome to another episode of 9 to 5 Nerds with Robert Swathwood, Corey Urkel.
Hey.
And our guest once again is Brian Pacifume.
Welcome.
It has been 3 weeks since you guys have heard a podcast from us. It's not for lack of trying. We have been using a new system, a new microphone, and new recordings, and it sounds like absolute dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
So until we find a new program to run the fancier microphones, we're back to our old setup. There are 2 recordings that we did do over the last 2 weeks on the new system. If you guys really want to hear them, let me know on Twitter and I will post them. But there is a lot of crackling and popping.
What did we miss out on? Apocalypse?
One of them was for Apocalypse, and the other one was for...
Was it a flick chart?
There was some flick chart. There was some graphic sexual content.
Yeah.
And
I love that.
I was naked. But that was supposed to be episode 10. This is episode 10, the third try. We've gotten less enthusiastic each time. We were really enthusiastic the first episode 10. Now this is the third time we've tried episode 10, and I don't think anybody even has a topic. We're all just, yeah. I'm frustrated.
It's like Groundhog's Day. We're just getting more and more depressed.
You know what? Parker's been begging me to watch Ghostbusters. I was like, who's your favorite Ghostbuster? He's like, well, I like the Terror Dog and Slimer, but my favorite Ghostbuster is Peter Venkman and Ray Stantz. I'm like, well, you've never even seen the goddamn movie. How do you know all this shit, YouTube?
Oh, that's funny.
I didn't even know they were called Terror Dogs. Did you?
Those big scary dogs?
Yeah,
the ones that give me nightmares?
Yeah, they're called Terror Dogs.
They make that up after the fact, like in the cartoon or something?
I don't know, because I typed in Terror Dog on Google, and they were the first thing that came up.
Literally, those things gave me nightmares.
Really?
Legitimately. They were the scariest part of the movie.
Parker sat down and watched the entire movie. And the only time he got, scared was the librarian ghost.
Yeah. When
she changed, he went, and he, froze for a second. Everything else he was fine with. But he really liked it. And he's like, oh, I want to watch the second one. And I want to watch the new one. I'm like, maybe I'll take him to go see the new one.
Oh, then he'll like it best.
Are you hesitant? Are you hesitant because of what it is, or just more of a scheduling thing? This
whole thing about you being against women if you don't want to see it, I don't particularly want to see it because I don't think it looks that good.
Okay, legitimate.
It looks okay, and I'll probably go see it because it's Ghostbusters. But as far as if it was the original cast and it was still kind of looked like this, I'd be like, eh. But I love Bill Murray.
Thor's in it.
He looks good. And they don't look that bad. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't... And it's not because of the women. It's just because it's meh. Maybe it's been too long. I'm just not really excited about it.
I think it looks funny. I just can't figure out if it was supposed to be a remake or a sequel. I wish it was just a sequel.
I'm hoping it's just a sequel, but if it's not if it's a sequel, why does it have Stay Puft in it?
Exactly. I think it's a reimagining, unfortunately. In which case,
I'm
not sold on that.
I would have been more supportive if they came out and said, "Hey, this is a sequel. They're picking up where these guys left off." I think that might have been
if
cool.
They had their picture on the desk or something.
Yeah.
I think that would be
their
better.
Inspiration.
Exactly.
Almost. That might be kind of cool.
The trailer throws me off a little bit because it says 30 years ago, yada yada. So it's speaking to the audience like, hey, this movie came out 30 years ago, as opposed to 30 years before this movie in the movie timeline. These 4 dudes took care of some ghosts. If they had made it more like 30 years ago, and now 30 years later, there's another group that's doing the same thing they did in the same timeline. I think that would have made.
I would have liked that better than what I think it's happened.
Is that the next big summer movie right now? I mean,
Ghostbusters?
Yeah, Finding Dory comes out next week, and
I think
I'll go see that. They said it captures the essence of the original. And they said it's supposed to be really good. So
Pixar. Need you say more?
Yeah, Finding Dory, Ghostbusters. Something else comes out in July as well, doesn't it?
I'm gonna go see Independence Day. I kind of have to see that. It was so good.
I saw the first one 3 times in theaters. It was pretty good.
I liked it 4 times.
I like the original one, ID4.
Mm-hmm.
What else is there after that? Star Trek,
Suicide Squad,
Tarzan.
Isn't Suicide Squad in September?
August.
It's August.
Yep.
We'll have to go see that and do a podcast without Brian. since it's
Again.
DC.
All right.
Yeah.
Um,
Gotta go 2 for 2 for the year where I miss out on the DC podcast.
Yeah, you're not that big of a fan.
Coincidentally, that was your most popular podcast, was the one I wasn't on, and you were talking about Batman.
No coincidence
I think
involved.
I think the 2 most popular ones are ones that you weren't on.
Bummer.
Yeah.
They,
Way to bring it down, Brian.
but I did beat Uncharted 4.
Oh, you liar.
You sick son of a
I saw you
bitch.
playing it like 2 days ago, I think.
Well, I didn't want to talk about it outside of the podcast when I had beaten it.
Sneaky
Oh,
son
I'm
of
so
a
glad we
bitch.
gave you that extra day.
Yeah. Realistic, or back to what you were saying, that is the most realistic fire that's ever been in any game, ever.
I love the fire.
It is like
the fire and the
unbelievable.
water effects.
Are you talking about the end of the game?
Yeah. Did you guys die playing Wraith at all?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
A, man.
Yeah, I
A
hate
couple of times.
I hate quick time events. Crushing, that was sucked.
Yeah, it was. You had to be on your game. I
Yeah.
thought, and luckily it wasn't 100% one hit kill. Like there's a couple where,
They
like
was,
if he stabs you, you're done.
Yeah,
but if he comes,
slices
I think
you,
if he comes from the right,
you're
you can get a
great.
hit. From the left, one of the sides, you can get a couple hits.
It was way more brutal than normal, but normal, even that, I died multiple times.
I believe this entire game was it's a closeout for Drake or Nathan.
Mm-hmm.
Did you
But-
like the epilogue?
Epilogue was cool.
Did it
It
make
caught
you
me
sad?
completely off guard. It didn't make me sad. I was like, this is really cool. I mean,
Did you think it was Elaine at first, like as a child or something, playing
No.
No.
I instantly assumed it was their daughter.
like cut 15 years into
Yeah.
the future?
But I believe this whole game was an introduction to his brother, who's going to be in the next game. That's my theory. He was talking to Sully, saying Sully's like, "Oh, I got this job. It's dangerous. Yada yada yada." The next game's not going to skip 15 years later. It's going to be what Sully and Sam do. That's what I think. So
Sully
it's still going to
Adventures?
be Uncharted games. He even said there's all kinds of things I want to do because he was in prison for so long while Nathan was out there doing this, doing that.
That would be cool.
And I think it's going to be... They're not going to stop the franchise. It sells too much.
If there was ever a point to stop the franchise, I wish it'd be now because awesome closeout, send off.
I think after I beat the last chapter of Michonne, and then I'm going to play Far Harbor, I'm going to go buy the remastered ones. I want to play them all again.
I've been playing Uncharted still since I beat it, and I do have the urge to go back and
They're
play.
such good games. I mean, I really... Did you play the first one remastered?
I have. Well, I think I bought.
Right.
I got Corey's off him, and I own them. And after I finish,
Did you play the first one at all, though?
I
Does it
played all
look better?
three.
I mean-
Yeah. Lacey started it. It looks better. It's not what you just saw. But
No, I
it's
don't
obviously
expect it to
upgraded.
be. I just,
Oh yeah.
It'll still be fun, but the controls are better. Like the shooting in the first one is like the next two, so just the gameplay's better.
It was a good game. I mean,
What was your favorite moment?
that tower falling was pretty fun. Running through it as it's falling and going across the canyon.
Yeah, mine was being the whole scene up until being dragged by the car. The
That
whole
was
chase.
cool.
That whole chase fucking kept you on the edge
With
of your seat.
with the big truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
It may
That
be
was
a
so
little
fun.
moment, but when I was playing yesterday and it was chapter 21 or 22, you're sliding, you throw your hook, you swing, and you throw your hook again. It was the only time you did back-to-back hooks while you were in the air and trying to grab on the next one. I really liked that a lot.
Yeah.
And it was something small, but I thought it was... But I can't say a single bad thing about the game. I don't think the third act drug at all. I don't have a problem with that. I really like playing as Nathan Drake, so none of it seemed stalled to me.
You finished the game on Crushing, Corey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yesterday.
The mummies.
Hey,
Dude,
I told Rob my least favorite part of the game was the mummies.
Yeah, absolutely.
But walking through that cave was badass.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it was
wasn't like,
What set him off?
it's just
proximity, I
you.
think.
It wasn't anything you
Because
did.
if
it was
you
just
walk
where you were.
sometimes I felt like if I walked slow it'd be fine, and then sometimes I'm walking the same way.
Yeah, it's a scripted event. It's gonna happen. But you could set them off in different orders, but
Yeah.
it sucked. I probably spent a good 30 minutes just trying to get through that
it
one
was
part.
such a pain in the ass, especially on Crushing. But even normal, I died multiple times. I'm like,
When I was in that second level, after you get, your flashlight goes out and you have the lighter and you
gotta
like
hit it?
Yeah.
it crashed my PlayStation.
Oh.
I was like, in
you think it shouldn't have happened?
Uncharted 3 broke my PlayStation 3, and I had to send it in with the game in the system, and it was
It's a lot of processing power.
I'm like, motherfucker. So I was pissed, but the autosave feature is really good. I mean, it's constantly saving, so it actually my system actually reloaded, which was nice, unlike last time with the yellow light.
Yeah.
I like the part in chapter. It was either 21 or 22 where you're going down into the cave and you can see the ship. You
Yeah.
can see Henry's ship, and it's just this massively deep hole. That was a little. It scared me a little bit, just being that deep. It reminded me of the old the second or third level in Mario 64 with the deep level and the eel underneath. It's one of the reasons I don't like deep water anymore because it's just so freaky.
Mario.
That's fine.
Yeah. So like that sort of thing kind of
when the ship blew up, it genuinely scared me. Like the first explosion.
Oh, when you climb on?
Wait.
That's
At
fun.
the end of the game?
When you're looking at the ship and you're swimming towards
oh,
it,
and it blows up?
Yeah, I jumped. I didn't like that.
I think it was a Goonies ending.
In the first one, there was a supernatural type of thing.
That's the only gripe I have, is I wanted there to be.
Yeah, and I'm walking through it.
I want all the parts to still be alive.
Yeah. I did like that they showed that they killed each other. I liked
them at the table earlier.
My favorite part
10 of them.
Yeah, that's cool, but Avery and his second in command,
2.
They killed each other at the end,
yeah.
which is cool. My favorite part of Pirates of the Caribbean is they actually got rid of this part because Jack Sparrow's there now. But when you're going up at the very end, there's a guy that was trying to get out, and there's a dead skeleton behind him that stabbed him in the back with a sword. And now I like the storytelling through
dead bodies.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. But I was hoping for a supernatural type thing. Even though was it the second one when you have that really far out shot?
Those two shots. One in the second.
And the guy moves.
Yeah.
The
first time you see a
snow.
Yeti.
Oh yeah, you see the shadow come up.
Yeah.
It's in the foreground, super close to the foreground.
Yeah.
Why the cameras? I was like,
I did like Rafe screaming at Nathan about how jealous he was of him. Basically,
I like Rafe as a villain. He seemed more of a person than most of the other villains. Even the
Nadine.
chick Nadine.
Yeah.
That was all awesome.
I feel like the only thing in the game they got wrong graphically was her hair. It didn't seem. This might sound like a stupid thing. Nadine. Her hair didn't move the way it should. It was stiff most of the time.
You think it was bouncy?
It didn't look. And I was specifically watching when she had the gun behind Rafe's head.
At the end.
Yeah. Spoiler. Her hair didn't move. And I'm like, it should be moving. I don't know. It just.
It didn't upset me.
It didn't upset me, but I was just as beautiful as the game was. I mean, that's the first game I've ever took screenshots on, and I constantly was taking screenshots and video captions and stuff.
Oh, me too.
It was the first game I did that on for something that looks absolutely perfect. That was just a little. I'm pulling a Corey. I'm picking it apart.
But you've only played it once.
Yeah.
And you probably will never play it again.
I just said I want to go back and play all of them.
I meant the fourth one.
Well, if I go back and play 1, 2, and 3, then I want to play 4 again.
All right. Is that your best looking game?
Yeah, that's the best looking game.
Yeah. It's up there for me.
Oh yeah, I can't think of any game that looks.
Well, none of us are PC gamers either. I'm sure there's PC games out there that look
fantastic.
Just as good.
Neither of you played Arkham Knight yet, and I
No,
think that's near the top of my list. It is.
It's that kind of
beautiful.
I can't judge.
I'm actually gonna go buy a copy of Diablo 3 Evil Edition.
Oh, good, because on PC or PlayStation 4? Good, I have that. We can co-op.
Well, I'm not playing with you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we can co-op it.
No.
So we're gonna co-op it.
Katrina specifically asked me just find a game you and I can play together.
Oh, never mind. I got trumped.
Yeah.
It's split screen.
Yeah, it's couch co-op.
I know that.
I never knew it was called couch co-op before.
Well, I guess
this is like a new thing.
Yeah, you can play it on the couch.
Yeah, I understand what it means, but
it's an easy phrase to understand.
Because there's co-op, online co-op, and now there's couch co-op.
Can you not play online co-op when you're couch co-oping?
I think there are some games that don't have.
It's up to. It's actually we can. It's up to 4 players at a time.
Oh yeah.
So we could, but
like you two can couch and then we. Okay.
Yeah,
that might work.
Just go to Brian's house when we play all 4.
Yes. You can go to Brian's house. Katrina and I will be here, and we'll all play together.
Or we can switch it up. You can go to Brian's.
And you can.
You guys can play by yourselves.
But it's either that or a Lego game. But I bought Diablo 3 on...
Star Wars is out in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Force Awakens.
I wanted to play Diablo 3 like 4 years ago. And I played the whole first chapter, and then I stopped playing.
You gave me a demo disc of it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
And I bought it because I thought we were going to co-op it.
And then we didn't.
No.
You can't trust me when it comes to co-op stuff. Oh, Uncharted?
Yeah. I just want to nitpick. One thing I didn't like was every single level you thought the treasure was going to be at the end.
Like Mario? Princesses in another castle?
I guess. Like the other games, they kind of... Like, other games, they kind of build up, like, you're going there to get this piece of information, blah, blah, blah. But up until, like, you go to Scotland, that's where it starts. You're like, the treasure's here. The treasure's here. We're in the tomb. Oh, wait, it's across the way in the cave. An hour later in the cave. This is it. We're here. We're in the tomb. And then you do a puzzle, and it's like, oh, it's a fucking map. It's a Madagascar. it's here. And then you go to the tower. Oh man, it needs to be in this tower. It's this tower top of the hill. Swear to God, the treasure's going to be up there. You get there. It's a map of the city. We need to go to that tower down the hill. You go to the tower down the hill. The treasure's here. We found it. Everybody come. Go down there. It's a map. It's an island. The treasure's not here. It's in the island. And you go to this next island. Well, this must be it. We're going. The treasure's here. Oh, wait. No, it's another map. It's the island that way. And you get to the island. And it's like, okay, here's the treasury room. We found it. Treasury room's empty. Well, it must be at the top of the hill in this mansion. Oh, wait, it's not here. It's flooded. You go down the hill. Oh, it's... And then you get to the very end and you sink the treasure.
Hey, what's funny about sinking the treasure is the water was like 20 feet deep. It wasn't even that deep when you're swimming in it.
When you dive in the
back,
beginning.
and even if the cave thing comes, you can blow up the entrance to it and go back and get
I'm thinking that too, but they don't ever mention it. But you'd think you would do that. For all you know, his brother did. That's how he got the gold coins.
Yeah. Well, she said that he stuffed them in his pocket, or her pocket.
Yeah.
So he had some on him and just gave it to her. How much is one of those coins worth? I mean,
well,
from Stephen Avery, one of the most famous pirates, I guess, according to that. I mean, maybe
is
it's
that a real pirate?
I don't know.
I think most of the things.
Yeah, most of the things that they
real,
use.
So I would like to hope.
I was genuinely sad beating the game. I really like the Naughty Dog games, all Uncharted and Last of Us, and that's all they've done, huh?
No, they did Jack and Daxter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
those are very popular games.
Critically acclaimed games. But I want another Uncharted. I want a Last of Us. I want a.
There's a good chance you're going to see Last of Us too this weekend.
That'd be cool.
There's a chance. I mean, let's see. It's 2016. If they do continue Uncharted, it's not coming out until at least
2018.
2 years. If they're working on Last of Us, it's at least 2019 or 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Even then, I don't even think they might not even keep it on this console. I think they would just
PlayStation Neo.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they already leaked the new Xbox today. So.
They said that there may never be another PlayStation.
Yeah, they might.
They said they're just going to keep upgrading this current one.
Why not?
Cool.
But there was in the epilogue, if you two saw the poster in the back that it was shrouded. It was in what was the girl's name? Daughters.
Oh.
Ellie?
No.
Elisa?
I don't know. But their daughters, in there was a poster that was obscured, and it reads, if you can make it says The Last of Us, American Daughters, and it has a woman standing there with a gas mask. And a lot of people think that was the teaser for the next one, because in Uncharted 3...
the gas mask. It's funny, because I just played an epilogue yesterday.
Yeah. In Uncharted 3, there was the newspaper that said, like, the cordyceps virus, and that was Cassie. So, The Last of Us comes out in probably next year, 2018. Uncharted, I think they might go on hiatus for a little bit, maybe work on something else.
Watch them come out with a Crash Bandicoot game.
That'd be cool.
People would play it.
Yeah, they wouldn't, and maybe that's why they threw Crash Bandicoot. I know it was just a throwback, but who knows?
It was fun.
I heard there was a lot of licensing issues with Crash Bandicoot, and that they might have the licensing back. But
who are they licensing it from? Sony?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a Naughty Dog games come out on any other system.
So if we had to rank these, I would probably, like, just off the top of my head, without replaying the other three, which I will do, I'd probably go 2, 4, 3, 1.
That's pretty solid.
And none of them are bad.
I put 2, 4, 1, 3. And I might even put I remember I beat these games minus the most recent one before Corey. I just want to say that Katrina was working as a supervisor at Best Buy, and she was in charge of the gaming department.
Mm-hmm.
And they would go to these things that the video game companies would have privately. And it was the first Witcher game she got to see, and the whole crew was there. She said, "Oh, there's this game. It's kind of like, it almost looks like Indiana Jones.
Oh.
You're going after like treasure or something, and there's no load times. You just play, and it's called Uncharted. It looks really good." And I was like, "Oh, that sounds cool." So I got it when it came out, and I'm like, "This is fucking awesome."
Mm-hmm.
So I knew about it before it was cool. I heard about it before it came out, so I was
Robert's wearing his hipster glasses right now.
Yeah.
You know when the first trailer came out for it?
No.
Same time the Final Fantasy VII Tech demo came out.
That was in 2005.
Yeah.
I'm not making that mistake again.
Yeah. I'm thinking, that looks good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is
too much card pushing in the
a little bit, yeah.
Fourth one? I would go 2, 3, 4, 1.
2, 3, yeah.
Wow.
And I think that's probably a lot of it's probably just like 2 and then like, or like 1 and then 2A, 2B, 2C. I mean, they're not.
Yeah, none of them are bad.
Yeah. Right.
I
remember 3. There were, like, this game had a lot of awesome moments.
Is it 3 because of the plane?
it had so many moments I was just like, what the fuck? That's
And
how
running
they...
through that bazaar was cool.
Yeah. In this last one?
No.
The last...
third
Okay.
one, yeah.
In this one, the way you're running through the bazaar and the trucks attacking you?
Yeah.
Well, that was right before the chase.
There was a lot more stuff in populated areas in the third one, wasn't there?
I remember...
I don't remember it very well. I remember the beginning where you're in the bar.
Chase was awesome.
I remember you're in the desert, and that's about it.
You remember horse chase and you jump on vehicles and jump back on your horse? You attack him with the raiders? That shit was so fucking awesome.
What about that time you crash in the desert and you have to find the rest of the people in your party, like Waka and...
I remember that.
Well, you're on the boat and the boat flips sideways and upside down. You're climbing through the rooms on the doors and while water's flowing down.
No, wait. Oh, yeah. I remember the ship. It was like a luxury ship, and you're going through like a dead.
Oh yeah.
It was like a dead shipyard.
Yeah, you do that too. I think that's after the ship crashes. You play that level, the shipyard.
See, I think
wasn't there a ship with like a big glass window?
Yeah, and it flips upside. It was the ballroom.
I remember that. Yeah, that was cool.
I still think the set pieces in Uncharted 2, the train where you have the tank and you're fighting the helicopter that's going up into the mountains, and then the one where you're hopping from the helicopters around you and you're hopping from roof to roof shooting it with grenade launchers.
Yeah, and even the falls. And that's when you're.
Even the tank. In the city?
In the Nepali city?
Yes. See, I don't know. That was just...
Can you really get rid of Nathan Drake, though, man? That's sad if there's never another game with him in it.
No, I'm glad because then he won't die. If there's another one, it's a risk that he's going to be killed off.
Yeah. I'm okay with it. Is The Last of Us better than these?
No. Well...
I think it is.
No,
but there's only one Last of Us, where there's 4 quality Uncharted games. It's hard to...
Well, just one out of the one game, if you would
I would put these all at 8+ games.
Yeah, it's kind of. I guess at this point it's dumb to nitpick between the 4 of them.
If I had to rank them, I would put Last of Us next to Uncharted 2 because
before I played Uncharted 4,
awesome.
I would have said Last of Us. But now that I've been refreshed with the series, I'm like, they're so good.
Too much climbing. I'm not going to nitpick a lot.
Too much unrealistic climbing.
I wish there was.
They're all unrealistic.
Yeah, I won't get into that
because fucking Assassin's Creed.
When you're climbing over and there's a cool vista every single time, it's like so badass. But like you spend 80% of the time climbing, and like 20% shooting.
Why did you find that pick so late in the game?
What's that?
The pick that goes into the rough spots?
Yeah, that seems like they could have used it a lot.
That was cool. I like that.
I mean, it was fine.
I like when you jump off and you hit it and you slide.
And you slide down.
There was a couple of points where I jumped and it slid like all the way down to the very bottom and I'm freaking out.
There was definitely spots where you could let go of the rope where you could see if you let go at the wrong time, there's like 5 different levels you can grab onto.
I like that climbing. You can go multiple ways.
Yeah.
A lot of them. And you exploring those treasures, you know. But too much climbing.
Too much.
Yeah, compared to shootouts, like shootouts, I wanted more of them because they're so awesome. You could grapple and stealth. Grapple. There weren't as many shootouts in the game as I would have liked. Because I want to use all the weapons, but you only pick up a couple at the time. And
I would be perfectly happy playing a 16-hour game of climbing puzzles and no shooting in the entire game.
Let's see.
Of just like
Colossus.
Basically, just playing a movie, like a archaeologist movie, if it was that good.
If and when you play the game again, like if you play it directly after I get a question, you notice how much climbing there is. Like once you're done with the whole first time
spectacle of it.
Yeah, when you're just doing it to do it, you're like, wow, you spend a whole hour, climbing.
I will never play a game just to play it to get trophies. So
if I won't play a game a second or a third time if I don't like it.
And I will never play a game back to back again.
But
just run through it twice.
I may play 4 again because I played 1, 2, and 3 again.
You know what's fun to do? Go to Encounter Select, put on easy, and just try to go all the ways you didn't go. Like
that might be fun.
I just did it. There's a trophy to the encounter where you have to get to your Jeep, Ellie's Jeep. Do you remember that encounter? There's a trophy.
That was a tough spot.
There's a trophy to do that when
you're climbing
without killing anybody. You get to the Jeep cell, and I put on easy. I didn't select. I didn't watch anybody do it, but I read that's how you should do it. So I tried it, and that was really fun just to try to figure out how to do that. It was actually pretty easy.
There's one that's similar between chapters 13 and 14. You have to get through both chapters without killing anyone.
Which means after you're marooned, if you know how the first time you encounter somebody is on a cliffside, and then you find your brother, then you go through Libertalia up until the armory.
Mm-hmm.
Don't kill anybody between all that whole way.
That's tough too.
Yeah.
Well, the hard part is because if it's on a harder difficulty like moderate or hard or crushing, they notice you faster.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's on easy, if they notice you, you can try to run, but Sam can kill them very quickly, and it counts if he kills one.
So you can't get seen.
Yeah, you pretty much have to
That's tough.
You just climb around the outside of it, and you have to. I read a couple of things where if you need to, you can pause and restart the checkpoint, and it makes certain enemies appear or disappear. If you wanted to make it a little easier, but that's trophy hunting, and that's not your forte.
No, I have to be able to fit time in here and there. I'm not gonna go out of my way to get stuff like that. Like I went 2 weeks before I played the last 2 chapters.
Yeah, I should have known you beat it. I saw the trophy online this morning that you beat it. I don't know why I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
You should try the Ellie trophy. Oh, the vehicle trophy. That one's fun. Just to try to do. Like, now you beat the game, there's no stress, you don't have to conserve ammo or
I might
anything.
go back and buy the DLC for Last of Us. I haven't played
the
it.
Left Behind?
Yeah.
It's very good.
Does it come on the remastered?
Yes, it does.
Then-
If you remaster it. And it's...
Wait, I have it downloaded on PlayStation 4. It came as the digital copy.
Then it should... Yeah, it should come with it. You can probably just go on the store.
I'll take a look.
One, it looks way better on... Like, just everything looks better on the 4. Like, the graphics.
I might play through that game again, because I do. When I bought the PlayStation, it came on there. I believe it came on there.
Good. I want to know... I want you to play that one again, and then try to rank them. Because I just think the storytelling was better. I mean, not by a large margin, but it was very good. Just the slower pace of the whole thing.
And there's something in Last of Us where you don't know what the fuck's going to happen because you assume your main character's partner gets killed off a third of the way through the game, not even. And just like nonchalantly, she gets,
Yeah.
And you're like, holy shit, isn't that like his wife and girlfriend? They don't even say, they don't have a proper goodbye.
It was like a fifth of the way through. That game was so long.
Yeah.
It's because...
And then that chapter you think your character died, and
in that reality...
You might as well could have because you don't know what the hell's going to happen.
In that reality, you never know when somebody's going to bite the dust, so...
So when you play Uncharted, you know Nate's not going to die. At least not to the very end.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about it. You're worried more about Sully.
Yeah, I was the whole time, too. I'm like, this fucker's going to die.
But, so there was the tension.
Speaking of, you had mentioned earlier about small moments in games, like you had said, like, I really like this little thing. A lot of people talk about in The Last of Us when you see the giraffes. Because it was this, like, small space and this hell, and it was really nice to look at, and they look great.
Yeah, I got that spoiled for me. Somebody told me that was coming up.
Yeah, it's not going to kill the story. Don't worry about it.
No.
I already...
There's giraffes.
I understand, but it would have been surprising. It would have came out of nowhere. Like, if somebody was like, oh, you get to meet Nathan Drake's daughter. It doesn't spoil anything, really, other than I didn't know it was coming.
Were you expecting drafts the whole game then?
Where?
Every corner,
because
like,
of fucking Margarita.
where are the fucking drafts?
Watching you play. She's like, oh, did you see the cool part with the drafts in?
That was a cool part in the game.
Oh, so you already knew it?
I knew it when it came out.
Okay, well,
when he
I
had played
beat the
it.
game.
Yeah, okay, then whatever.
No, he said when he played the game, he knew it was coming. But that's like a weird thing to know it was coming because...
Yeah.
See, okay.
I don't think it takes away. It wasn't like a spoiler.
Maybe it's just because the bitch that told me I can't stand. Sorry.
I like the part. A lot of people talk about the giraffe part. There was one where throughout the whole game you're always lifting Ellie up. Joel's always lifting Ellie up onto a ledge. There was one point in that area, I don't know if it was before or after the giraffes, where he goes to prop her up and nothing happens. And I thought something was wrong. And then he kind of stops and he lets go of his hands and he walks back over to her like, is everything okay? And just seeing the way they did that, it was such a normal, it was almost like a standard animation for 12 hours, and then it didn't happen. Like, that threw me off a little bit. That always stood out to me as a very poignant moment. That and when Ellie stabbed the shit out of that one guy in the snow. And chopped his head off.
In the snow? You mean in the burning place?
Yeah.
I like that burning fight.
Is that Nolan North?
I'm sure it...
Wasn't he the bad guy?
Oh, yeah, he was,
God, I just...
Troy Baker and Nolan North do everything now.
Yeah.
Troy Baker's going to do Batman in the Telltale series now.
Is he just a Joker? Now he's
doing Batman.
Wow.
What did he do Joker in?
Arkham Origins.
And he sounded
was
awesome,
fantastic.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't Mark Hamill, but he was very good.
He was a great replacement.
Yeah, he was really good. And at that point, I don't think it was even a replacement. It was just Hamill was working on Arkham Knight. So
was that a fact? That's a fact?
What I heard.
Okay, that's funny. You know, he said he was not going to do the Joker's voice after Arkham City, and then...
You know that the Killing Joke premieres at Comic-Con next month, right?
Yeah.
You know the animation looks fucking terrible, right?
Yeah, but...
It doesn't... They knew that everybody was going to go see it because it's such a big story that I don't think they really cared what the animation looks like. Everything I've seen looked awful. But the story is going to be so good, and you get to finally see it.
Isn't it rated R?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, then I could care less with the animation.
Unless
it's like stick figures.
I thought that was just me when I watched
the animation
trailer.
looks terrible?
Compared to like some
It
shows...
looks like something that'd be on E-Bomb's World.
It looks like a hand drawn. It looks not good.
I was just watching an anime on Netflix, whatever you call it, and the animation on that's so awesome compared to
Wait, what anime?
Seven Deadly Sins.
It's an actual anime.
Yeah. So
okay, I thought it was a Batman something.
No, sorry. But just when I went and watched the trailer, I was like, why does this animation look so much worse? Like, it's not the same thing at all, but it looks so...
It looks bad.
Crappy. But
I'll still go see it.
I thought it was just me.
It's got Conroy. It's got Hamill. That's...
You know what doesn't look bad? Outcast. Anybody watch it?
Nope.
No. We're going to talk about it anyways.
Jamie's watching it.
Is she?
That's what she said something about it to somebody at the
Oh, man. I'll have to have her on the podcast. I'm kidding.
Yeah, you know that.
It is such a good show. It is terrifying, and it's fucking the best looking show. It looks visually better than... I mean, it looks like... You know, some shows look like shows, and some shows look like well-shot movies. No?
I need an example other than Outcast.
Did you ever watch Hannibal?
No.
No. Two of the best shot shows I've ever seen, as in... The show looks so visually... It's like watching fucking... When you're playing Uncharted 4. You're like, this looks so good.
So are there visuals to it, or is it
just
special?
Watching the way it's shot? It's incredible. It's like watching fucking Blair Witch is every other movie, and then there's Hannibal. And I've never seen Blair Witch. It's like watching... It's like watching a found footage movie compared to like watching a fucking artist make a movie. Like...
Where can I watch this show?
It's on Cinemax. Or you can watch the first episode on PS4, on the PlayStation Network.
Is it the PS View?
I don't know. I just watched it on PlayStation Network. The first episode's free everywhere because they want people to watch it. But it's the second episode was on Friday. It's a really fucking scary show. It's hard to watch at some points because it's terrifying. And just, it's a really, really good show. You need to take the time to actually watch it. It's worth watching. I'm not big on exorcism shows and scary shit anymore like I used to be when I was younger, but this is quality. You need to see it. It's the guy from... what's the guy from? Did you ever watch The Mask?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know the black guy that did the bank robbery? And The Mask got there first. He's like a raspy voice. He ends up dying in the club while he's smoking a cigarette. This is going way back.
I think that was Cher.
He's in it. The guy that played... Pam's...
The black guy's in it?
Yeah. The guy that played Pam's first boyfriend, was it Roy? In The Office?
Yeah.
He's in it.
He was the jerk in Big Fish.
Yeah, he's in it. And then the guy from Saved that plays the preacher's son.
I know who you're talking about.
He's the main character. And it's basically these people are getting possessed and there's something about him that can get these demons out, but when they're leaving, they're like, they know who he is. Like, the demons know who he is. It's a really good fucking show. Kind of like Constantine, yeah. But not shitty.
I thought you said you liked that movie.
That black guy.
I did like that movie, but it was a cheesy good movie. It wasn't like a good movie.
Wait a minute.
But this is some of like, the very first scene is this like 8-year-old kid and he's staring at this cockroach on the wall. And he's staring at this cockroach on the wall and he's just staring at it. Finally, he headbutts it. Like as hard as he can, like as hard as you can physically hit something, and he licks it off the wall, but the cockroach is mixed with like his own blood, so there's just this blood and cockroach like on his face, and he licks it off the wall, and he goes into the living room and he's trying to find something to eat, and he's like moving all strange, and his sister and his mom are yelling at each other. Finally, the sister runs out, and the mom's like, "Get back to your room," and he turns around and he's got his own finger in his mouth, and he's chewing the skin off of his finger, like, and it's fucking hard to watch.
What is this about?
It's about demons and exorcisms and fucking...
Isn't that what Preacher's about?
Preacher's like way different. Preacher has like almost like a comedic spin on it.
Uh-huh.
This is
like Evil Dead comedic spin.
I never read Preacher either. I've read Outcast, and it's you need to just give it a shot and watch it because it's... God, man, the episode on Friday was freaking me the fuck out because it's just this normal scene, and you know, like the dick scene in Fight Club where it just flashes the dick.
Yes.
It just flashes.
I know it well.
Yeah, it just like flashes these high pitched noises with these scenes of his mom trying to beat the shit out of him when he was a kid because she was possessed, and she just fucking beat the shit out of him, and it was her dragging him by the hair, and it went, and it just flashes these scenes, and it's give it a shot because there's only 10 episodes, and it's worth trying to just.
Have you taped them?
Yeah.
So that means I can come and watch them?
Yeah, if you want to come next Friday. No, we're going to be at the Padre game. If you want to come next weekend and watch the first couple ones.
Save it for Halloween.
I'm a die-hard Kirkman supporter, so I'm going to watch whatever he puts out.
So if he does a sex tape, you're gonna watch it.
No.
Robert Kirkman.
Yeah.
Is there another major Kirkman?
Is there?
No. I think the guy that runs the Skybound booth is named Sean Kirkham. Not spelled the same.
Luckily for me, I'll get to be there this
Yeah.
year.
Brian's got a Comic-Con ticket.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
Yay!
Yeah, it's exciting.
What? Anyway. Yeah, I will want to watch.
Yeah, just give it a shot. I think it's definitely a quality. But what was was it Data on Star Trek? Is that his name?
Yeah.
I think he plays the villain in the show, which is very, very strange.
Why?
Because he's just, you see him I saw him and I was like, that's Data. And I didn't even watch Star Trek, and I'm like, that's Data.
Oh. He was the creepy scientist in Independence Day.
Is that him?
He's
Yeah,
back in
with the
this
long
one.
hair.
I didn't know that was him.
Yeah.
He's back in this one.
Holy shit, I didn't realize that was him.
Never?
No, not till this second.
He's been at a few cons we've been to, aside from
That's
Comic-Con.
really him?
I've seen a couple movies. He was Master of Disguise and some other random.
But
He was in Master of Disguise with Dana Carvey.
Yeah, he was a villain.
I've never seen that movie.
he likes it. But no,
I like all the stupid movies.
in Outcast, I think he plays some sort of bad guy, but he's dressed like in a nice suit and he's very polite, so it's kind of that.
Is he a demon?
I think so, but you don't know yet.
That's like Jason Lee in Dogma.
Yeah, kind of like that. It's a visually pleasing show and it's pretty scary. So
Does that sound get to you?
yeah, just like the sound from
Prometheus.
I never even saw the movie and it bothered
I
me.
liked Prometheus.
Never seen Prometheus?
No,
Same sound was in. Well,
I've seen
not
Prometheus and Bob.
Yeah.
not same sound, but when the remake of Texas Chainsaw came out and they had the camera went off, it would go, and then it would go through the next area. I don't know if you ever saw that movie.
I didn't.
With Jessica Biel.
Yeah, I saw
But
parts of it.
I just remember the camera it was an old 70s camera and it would make this weird screech noise. Ooh.
When they get something like that right, they can really do. So do you see the stupid fucking waiver for Conjuring 2 where somebody was going around where some theater had a priest in there for anybody that wanted to talk to him after the movie was over?
See, okay,
It's dumb.
I'm glad you brought that up because Lacey's all about this, and she didn't make me, but she taped Conjuring. We watched it last night. It was good. She thought it was super creepy.
You had never seen it before?
No,
I've never seen it.
it was entertaining. It wasn't.
It was pretty entertaining when I watched it. I
It
watched
wasn't-
Halloween one time.
We went and saw the movie The Witch a couple
I heard
months
that
back.
was really good.
It was, and just she didn't like it. She was expecting something much different. But watching, like to me, when you were making the description of a found footage versus like a film, that's the difference to me. Conjuring was entertaining. The Witch was disheartening.
Okay.
It was like I was like, that's not. It was a very slow build up, and the outcome wasn't this big explosive thing.
What horror movie was probably like the Babadook? Did the same
Oh,
thing?
the Babadook. That was a good one too.
I wanted to watch that.
I heard
but
that
then
it was
on
like
Netflix.
some people got mad. It was like the lady who got mad that there wasn't enough cars and drive, but that people there wasn't enough monster in the Babadook or whatever.
Babadook.
I told Vic that was
The
one of the
Badonkadonk?
highest.
The
told Vic-
Marmaduke.
One of the guys we work with that was one of the highest rated horror movies that's come out in the last couple of years, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch it." And he watched 10 minutes of it. He says, "It's the stupidest fucking movie he's ever seen."
Which movie was that?
Babadook.
Oh,
It's
really?
on Netflix.
Yeah, I heard it's like emotionally
Yeah.
like horrifying.
Which means Vic wouldn't.
Right.
Vic's favorite movie is Dumb and Dumber. So
Well,
anything,
that's one of my top.
But yeah,
5
but anything
films.
with that doesn't have any substance.
I don't want to watch. I don't see many horror movies, but I always wanted to watch It Follows.
See, that's
Me
supposed to be
too.
really good too.
Which
But
had
it's
a
like
cool
it's an
idea.
STD thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's a
I
demon
really wanted to watch It Follows. We should watch it sometime.
a demon that follows you, but the only way to get rid of it is to pass it on like an
someone
STD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should watch that. I really wanted to see it.
It's on something. It's on
It's on something.
Amazon or Netflix or.
I was going to make an explanation of why Hannibal looks so good. Hannibal had these, the first season, each season was very different than the previous one. They had these cooking scenes where it would be in slow motion where he's like tossing meat or cutting meat, and it was so focused on that, and it was so, like if you watched it on 4K, which I don't have, I imagine it would be just like, oh my god, this looks incredible, and just the way they just I'm not a movie expert, I'm just saying that the way that they shoot some of these things, I'm just like, wow, it looks really, really good.
The cinematography and editing.
Cinematography and the cutting,
Blended
yeah,
together.
I'm just like, wow, and I don't take note of that a lot because that's not something I do.
Most shows I
but
think of Plain Jane when they have a still shot,
yeah,
side by side.
this was really, really good.
All right, so we'll follow up with
Outcast.
that. Yeah, Outcast. ABC's Thursday nights, 10 p.m.
We only have 3 more episodes of Game of Thrones. And
I
this
have
is-
not watched last week's.
Really?
Nope. Lacey did. She
Oh
watched,
my
She watched it
God.
without me. I heard there was some shit. I know there's a little girl that did some shit. I haven't watched it yet. I'll probably watch both tonight.
Oh my god.
So
I'm super excited.
No, from the trailer, you should be more excited about this week, but there was some pretty cool revealies. Even before...
revealies.
Wouldn't it
Well,
be nice to not
We're
watch it
coining
all?
that term.
This is the first time...
Instead of spoilers, we're saying revealies?
Yes.
Okay, that's the new thing.
Revealies.
You know how like they show last week on, and then they
Yeah.
go with the opening credit?
Yeah.
There was last week on, then there was a big reveal, and then opening credits. And I don't remember the show doing that ever before.
How
So
hard?
there was a big reveal at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
How hard would it be for you to not watch the next 2 episodes and then watch all 3 of them on the last day?
I couldn't do it because too many internet spoilers. I wouldn't.
I am super excited about tonight and next week because I think that the next
Wait,
2
when is-
episodes.
there's 3 more, including today.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the shit's gonna hit the fan hardcore of the next 2 episodes, and then the last one ties up everything up until next season. But next season's only 7 episodes, and then the season after that is only 6,
And then it's over.
and then it's over.
I guess there's a White Walker King in that. I don't know which one it is, but he was the guy that was Joe Chill.
Yeah.
That was on the Chive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I saw it.
There was another one I wanted to talk to you about on there. Now I can't remember what it is. Can you bring them up on your phone?
What am I looking at?
What, people you don't know maybe in something else? Or
Mance Rider, is that his name?
Mance
He
Rider?
played Aberforth, Dumbledore.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, did he?
I didn't even catch that.
That's funny.
He was
Yeah.
the devil in the second
I-
Ghost Rider movie.
And
too.
then
I can't picture in my head what Aberforth looked like.
Robert
so-
just gave me the dumbest look. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Reference Ghost Rider 2. I haven't seen Ghost Rider 1.
I don't know what
They're
side it
not
was.
that good.
It had all the actors from Game of Thrones like super
Am I
young.
looking something up still?
Nah, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
You see Daryl Dixon. Norman Reedus wants to play Ghost Rider.
Interesting. But Nick Cage wanted to play.
No, he could be Johnny Blaze. Well, no, there's another one. There's 2 of them.
Vengeance.
No, not the character. I thought there were 2 Ghost Riders. There's Johnny Blaze and there's someone else.
I don't know.
I've
Okay.
never been a.
Yeah.
But I think you have people just going to see because it's Norman Reedus.
Yeah.
Add that up with people that'll see any Marvel movie. You might have
Maybe if it was
money
made
there.
well. If it was made as well as the last one. Nobody wants to see another like hokey pokey Fantastic Four.
What, are we in June?
Yeah.
It's 3.5 months until fucking we find out who Negan killed.
Stupid.
Well, I was at the bookstore on Friday reading the 3rd compendium.
Did you finish it?
No, I think I got probably like 1 3/4 of the paperback books in.
Then they kicked you out.
Yeah.
You were that guy sitting in the store reading a book there.
Yes, I
I
was.
hate that.
It was great. Well, I'm gonna buy the other one next month anyway. That's
From there?
On
No,
Amazon.
I'm gonna buy the expensive one at Comic-Con. So
Yeah.
that makes up for it. But yeah, I didn't know. Can I talk about this?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's the books of they're on episode issue like 156 or
Okay,
157.
and this is like this is probably issue 100.
That's
Okay.
where it started.
So yeah, what's this? The guy shot Abraham. I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Yeah.
That I was like, what? Wait, what just happened? And then
Abraham
yeah,
just shot the
Glenn
book.
Glenn got the shit beat out of him. Like the
Yeah.
death literally beat into him. That was jarring.
Eyeballs rolling out. And
Yeah, like that whole scene where the first time he hit it, and then you could see the dent in the top of his skull, and he
You
looked like
haven't read it.
Quasimodo.
No, but I noticed.
Yeah.
So.
That was
It was
pretty
rough.
gnarly. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's I'm looking forward to continuing to read this.
It's good shit, man.
Yeah.
Because that starts All Out War, and All Out War was fucking just
Is that the title of like
a story arc.
okay.
Yeah, it was. They were doing it one every other week for a little while.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it was. I mean, it changes the entire series forever, because it's.
Forever and ever.
I mean, it's fucking Rick gets fucked up. Everybody gets fucked up. It's like it's a legitimate war.
Good.
That's why it's called All Out War.
All right, I'll look forward to reading that.
Negan, in my all-time favorite characters in Walking Dead, Negan is in the top 3.
Okay, well the other one's Rick.
Rick and Tyrese. Book Tyrese.
Yeah.
I have no problem with Chad Coleman. They just made Tyrese a little bit of a
Pansy.
He's a little girl.
baby in the show.
Yeah.
But man,
Pacifist.
I like Michonne better in the show than I do the book. I think she has a little bit more. I think given her a little bit more human qualities in the book lately, where she actually has feelings. But for so long there was just nothing in the show. They gave her a lot more. You know, she actually cares about people. Whereas in the book she was just like, I'm a zombie
Killer.
Yeah.
What that lady? What's her name?
Andrea.
Oh, hey, you said it.
She's really good in the book.
Andrea?
Andrea?
It's Andrea.
Is
It's
it?
not Andrea. It's Andrea.
Is it? Which one is it?
It's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, can I?
It's Andrea.
Haven't you ever read a book and pronounced something different in your head than you have in
Well,
reality?
I sort of. I mean, I worked with
Video
an
games.
Andrea and an Andrea, and I
They
would get
spell it
their
the same way?
the same way, and I would get their names mixed up. I would call Andrea Andrea, and then
So is it Andrea on the show?
I don't remember.
I don't remember anymore.
Good
She hasn't
riddance.
been on. Yeah.
okay, we'll rewatch the second episode of season 1 and let me know what it is.
No, I'll pass.
Hmm.
So
I just Negan is great. Negan is fucking great. And they have I'm gonna promote just Image and Outcast and everything on this episode. There's an Image Plus magazine and it shows all the stuff that's coming out.
Hashtag sellout.
Yeah, hashtag sellout, hashtag skybound.
hashtag where's our sponsorship image? Skybound Kirkman.
Yeah. Anyways, there's
Kirkham.
there's an Image Plus magazine. It shows out all the different things that are coming out with Image, but the last couple pages are Negan's origin before the zombie outbreak. So that's been kind of cool. I mean, I think there's only 2 issues out. There's 6 pages out right now, 6 or 8.
They're not making a chapter book out of it like the governor?
I don't know. Don't think so. But it's pretty good. I mean, you get to see he was a dick beforehand too, so it's not like anything really changed.
Is he still a baseball coach?
He's some sort of coach, yeah. But he's fucking playing these kids in ping pong and he's just talking shit to them. They're like high school kids and he's like, you guys are fucking pussies.
Sidekick.
Gym teacher, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm excited to see more of Morgan as Lucille next season. Lucille. God, I love Lucille
Honestly,
too.
Morgan is Lucille.
As Negan next year. Lucille's great. Yeah, I lost my train of thought.
Woo woo.
It's a podcast. It's supposed to be continuous talking.
I don't want to say
That's what editing's for.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
What are we at?
46 minutes. So we got like 15 more minutes.
Let's get to my topic.
What was your topic?
Well, you guys,
Muslim relations.
Oh, God, no.
no, Brian. We don't want to talk about that here. This is neither the time nor the place.
It's a sad day, that's for sure.
That's true. Yeah. Continue, Corey.
Well, you guys won't have watched it, nor will you watch
Like
it.
Outcast? Oh, Warcraft.
World of Warcraft.
I heard it bombed here, but it's like crazy in China.
I didn't see any stats.
Because Conjuring 2 beat it out, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
That's kind of sad, but it wasn't a great movie. But it's funny when you go in with different expectations. Like, you guys had mixed feelings about Apocalypse, and nobody will know, but I liked it the best. But,
Nobody will know because our last podcast won't work.
Exactly. I believe you guys
I
have
might
made
still
things.
put it on.
So, Warcraft, ever since, the first trailer, people talk about, it's not going to be good, yada yada. And so I went and think it's going to suck. I watch it because...
Sometimes that's the best way to go into a movie.
Oh, yeah. And I watch it. I'm a big Warcraft fan, World of Warcraft fan.
Me too.
I put months, legitimately, of my life, add up all the hours on World of Warcraft. Oh, I played...
How many hours, if you had to guess, through all characters? Did you put
I
in?
can't remember. Last time I logged into one character was months ago. But on my main character, you can hit /played, and it tells you by days and hours how long you've played.
So once you hit 24 hours, it logs one day, right?
It was over 100 days.
That is a lot.
Which, to extrapolate. And that was one character. And I've had
But this is when did the game come out?
2004.
Okay, so 12 years.
Yeah.
That's still a lot.
Yeah.
That's one character.
I remember playing this. We've gone through
Wait, why would you make more characters?
8 PCs.
Different
classes,
Yeah.
different race, different servers, lots of different reasons.
But what does that do for you?
Well, if you want to play if you want to play your whole game as like a spellcaster, then you want to go back and play your whole game as a warrior.
Yeah, a mage is my main. Once you get to max level, there's max level stuff you can do. But there's a bit of fun to just start a new character and re-roll with a different class and spec. And also, if you do that with, my friend's on this server, back before they had server switching, which you can do now for money. So you're like, okay, let me go make a horde guy on this server. Let me make a character on this PvP server. That's the whole...
I played Warcraft 1 and 2 a lot, and Warcraft 3.
Yeah, me too.
I played none of these.
You played none.
I played 0.
You never
played
played StarCraft
Warcraft-
either?
Warcraft
Have you ever
2?
played a Blizzard game?
What?
That's weird.
Probably not. I've
That's
never played.
weird.
I don't play PC games.
So Warcraft 2, you never had a friend who had it? Or
Oh, I've heard of it. I just never played it.
Man.
I played it in middle school. Like, my
I played
computer
Warcraft
class
2
had
a
it.
lot. No,
Yeah.
I loved Warcraft. And StarCraft, man,
Wow.
StarCraft was fucking awesome.
The closest I've gotten to World of Warcraft is the South Park episode "Make Love, Not Warcraft."
For somebody who plays that episode was fucking
For
gold.
somebody that plays video games and not to play the Blizzard game is strange. I mean, I understand.
That
Are there
PC
any
game-
console Blizzard games?
You can play
Diablo
Diablo.
now.
You can play
Yeah.
Warcraft.
I
Diablo
probably
1.
I'm not going to play Overwatch.
I played StarCraft on Nintendo 64.
Diablo
with the
1 was
expansion
on
pack.
PlayStation
with the
1.
expansion pack.
Because you had to have the expansion
the red
pack
thing?
to play the expansion, the extra 3 campaigns.
Oh, no, never got into it.
And
Weird.
the bad thing about StarCraft 64 is you play split screen with like on the same team against computers.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know how you that was the best. An RTS you could play with 2 players against the computer on a console. I was like, that was the fucking best thing ever.
I don't know if they're your cup of tea anyways. Like, even though you have Diablo 3 on PlayStation 4, I don't know if you'll enjoy it.
I don't know.
Try
It's
that
the
sometime.
over-the-top...
RTS.
I like playing the demo you gave me years ago, but I couldn't. Oh, my hand started hurting after because I didn't have a mouse. I had my Mac, so I was using the little scroll pad, and my hand got tired. And I said, "No, I'm not doing this."
You ever play any RTS games like Command and Conquer or what's another popular one?
RTS games are fun, man.
Base building where you're god, you build
Um,
units with the Age of Mythology. Fucking love that shit.
No, I'm
Age of Empires. And
no.
wow.
I like the idea of them, but no.
Did you ever play Heroes of Might and Magic at all?
No. I remember you said you played a horrible one, right?
James and Anthony and I used to play Heroes of Might and Magic, where you like build up your base, and your base is a specific base, and you can travel, and you have a certain amount of steps you can move in this kingdom, and you fight different things, and you can go take over other people's kingdoms. That was fun. Anyways,
What console was that?
PC.
Okay.
Anyways, back to Warcraft the movie.
But okay, so obviously big Warcraft fan, lore and everything I've read and seen and played all of
You've
it.
seen a lot of shit.
He's
You've seen
having-
some shit,
I'm
Corey.
the kind of guy who's excited when you see the CG trailer for the next expansion. The day it gets released, I'm like, oh fuck, man, it's Blizzard making a CG trailer.
Corey's
He's-
showing us his vinegar strokes as he's
Yeah.
talking about this.
So,
That's his orgasm face.
so here I am with Warcraft, supposed to be a shit movie about something I really like. So I go see it, and I fucking like the movie.
Really? Did your dad like it?
Surprisingly, yeah, he don't like dumb movies like with a lot of green screen and anything. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good, but little things like the only thing I can think of I remember was when people were riding by, a wide shot of a couple guys, main characters, riding across a bridge, and in the foreground is a murloc and it makes the murloc noise. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I was like, you can't have that in the movie. That's just heartwarming when you hear
Yeah.
sound effects from your video game.
They just threw it in there for the fans.
Exactly, and they have a lot of they don't show many of the other races at all very long. Like the dwarves and not night elves, the high elves. You see for like a quarter second.
What was
But-
it based off of? Wasn't it more based off of
Warcraft 1
Yeah.
type stuff. But they have a wide shot of Ironforge. It looks just like the game. And when they mention you start as a human in Stormwind, and the town outside is Goldshire, the starting area. At one point in time, when the character's like, "Where's the king?" "Oh, he's in Goldshire. Let's go." I'm like, that's so fucking tight.
Did they have any of the sound clips of the original?
I was kind of hoping. I think maybe I couldn't tell if the Griffins were. I think I told my brother. I think just the Murlocs, maybe Griffins.
No little.
There was a
peons or
Wilhelm
anything?
scream 2 times in the movie, but no actual our base is under attack. None of that.
What happened? What
Zug,
did,
zug. I was
what,
hoping for some Orcish language thing.
what did the little peon say when you clicked on him over and over again? I can't remember.
He's had a stupid voice. Okay.
Yeah, it was.
Report for duty. Oh yeah. Oh.
It's fun stuff,
When
man.
you click on a little NPC character on you're looking from the sky.
Uh-huh.
There's a funny thing when you're a kid. When you click on them multiple times, they say different things, and you click on enough, and they start to say really exaggerated things
Yeah.
like
Bah, ram you.
yeah,
If you clicked on the sheep over and over again that were just around.
yeah, inside jokes. So
What's funny is one of the kids I used to play down the street with. We played Warcraft 2 a lot. His family was extremely religious to where he wasn't allowed to have psychic Pokemon cards because they were.
Say what?
Yeah, they were. The devils were.
yeah, demons.
Oh,
Uh,
oh my.
No Ouija board.
They liked him.
No Gengar? That's terrible.
They liked him playing Warcraft because it was not really violent, they said, even though you're killing a bunch of people. But it was strategy. You had to build your gold mines and your ore and your lumber to build this, to build this, to get to this, to build this, to go attack that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a fun game. I had a lot of fun
More
playing
strategy in it than
Warcraft
most.
2 a lot.
So I like the movie. I wish it would have done well because I would have. It's weird to take another 6 years to make a sequel.
I'm betting they make a sequel. It's made over $250 million in China.
That's
already.
it. And here I thought I was gonna hate the main character from the trailer. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna like this. I like the main character, and they had not exactly verbatim the story repeated. It had a couple side things, but I know all the characters basically, so I wasn't the guy who's like lost watching the movie, which I think maybe a lot of people would be. So for me, I like that better than the X-Men movie, which is weird to say.
Well, but, I mean, it's something you care a lot about, so
I like the X-Men movie. It's one should have been way better than X-Men should have been better.
You've played more Warcraft than you've had sex.
That's a weird stat.
I'm not gonna lie. There's a 90% chance we've all played games a lot more than we've had sex.
Mine might be catching up.
Oh, I don't play
games as much anymore.
You tell me like it took you 15 hours to be Uncharted. You've had 15 hours of sex. In that time.
Not in that time, but maybe this year. I don't know. No, because I played Fallout.
You want to call her in?
You'd pass out before.
I played 68 hours of Fallout 4,
yeah, you
so
don't have
there's no
68
way.
hours of
You're
sex.
right. You're right.
You can't keep it up that long.
Well, you've probably played you've probably played more World of Warcraft than you've watched movies.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to put something in time like that.
Yeah, I would argue that.
You do that more time than you spent eating.
I don't know.
More time than you spent working, maybe.
Well, yeah. Well, eating, yes. Working, probably not.
I don't.
You're working. Well, you might be. Not me.
I don't have statistics for my life like that. I wish.
We need to
That'd
start
be cool.
writing.
That'd be cool if you could.
When you go to heaven, you ask God for your stats.
Yeah. What did you say? Like Shift S or whatever, and then you can get Shift P or play.
/ play time.
Yeah.
And you're like, all right.
What's my kill death ratio? I actually kill somebody.
0 to 0, 1 to 0. Wait a minute. What did I do?
Yeah. Time spent pooping.
Oh, I beat my
time leaderboards #1.
Yeah, I win that. Maybe not lately, man. After I've turned 30, things don't come out the same way as they used to.
Oh, and also, sorry,
No, we're talking about my shit.
Because I seen the trailer for Assassin's Creed. This, I think, favorite video game movie. I think I would put.
Really?
Yeah. It's weird because the only one I can think of in my head comes close is Mortal Kombat. But that's so cheesy.
This one was so good.
I like the first
So
Resident Evil movie.
I wouldn't put that above Mortal Kombat. Good movie though. Fair movie.
Assassin's Creed has an opportunity to be a decent movie.
It looks pretty good.
So,
I like the way they move.
Hopefully it doesn't go Prince of Persia.
Well, I heard that 80% of the movie is supposed to take place in the present.
Really?
Something like some ridiculous statistic like that. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's some high statistic.
I like Fassbender and I like Marion Cotillard.
Who is that?
That
Talia
lady from Inception.
I don't like.
The girl from Inception.
Yeah.
I don't like her.
Too bad.
Bummer.
I don't dislike her as much as you dislike Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah. So what's your favorite video game movie?
What other ones are out there? Mario Brothers.
Blood Rain.
I've never seen Blood Rain.
Me neither.
Is that Priscilla Loken in it?
It's like Alone in the Dark.
She's beautiful though. Or she was then.
Mario, Street Fighter.
Doom wasn't
Double
that
Dragon.
bad.
Doom wasn't so bad.
No.
Double Dragon, that was a good movie.
Doom had the first person.
Yeah.
Part 2.
That was the Quicksilver scene of that movie.
Yeah.
Was that first person?
I really thought The Rock was going to be the cyber demon in that. And he was kind of the big bad guy, but he wasn't cyber demon.
Yeah.
I saw that in theaters and I haven't seen it since.
No.
It's only okay. I mean...
Yeah, it's
I really like the first Resident Evil movie.
The second one was good just because of Nemesis in it.
The girl had her head...
Silent Hill. Yeah, you know what? First Silent Hill was really good.
They made 2?
Yeah. Second one, not so much.
Oh, I know
that girl got her head chopped off in the
Sean
elevator
B.
in
made
the first
it.
Resident Evil.
I'd have to rewatch.
Wasn't she trying to get out and then went up, and then went back down, and then went up again, and she was trying to get out and it
I only remember the laser part in my head specifically, where people got diced.
Yeah, the little cubes.
I like that movie actually.
First Resident Evil?
Yeah.
They're in the hive and it has the little girl.
Yeah.
They start in the mansion, and underneath the mansion there's the
train.
The train that goes to.
Yeah. And Alice woke up with amnesia. Learning.
I can't think of any other game movies off the top of my head.
Quality enough to.
Mortal Kombat 2.
No.
Yeah.
What was it? Annihilation.
Yeah.
That first movie was so when they threw Reptile into the thing and then it said the Reptile game, it said Reptile, and then he fought Liu Kang. I fucking loved that.
Loved all of that.
It was so good.
Scorpion, so badass.
It sounds like you're trying to move on.
Don't.
Did we all watch that Mortal Kombat Legacy thing that came out 4 or 5 years ago? It was like a 10-minute.
I never did.
I did. It was
really good. Didn't it have a web show?
They did, and I kind of watched it. It was okay, but that first trailer,
it
was awesome.
Fucking fantastic.
Then how come we didn't watch the show?
I don't know.
They were supposed to be making the reason that they didn't make a movie.
They were supposed to be making a movie, like another one, like a movie, and I wish they had continued with that whole thing. It had Spawn and it had the girl from Star Trek in it.
7 meets Mortal Kombat.
It was good. Just the whole thing at the end where he's like, I'm here voluntarily, and lifts his hands back up and his handcuffs are gone. He's like, what is keeping me from leaving? And then they throw him the picture of Sub-Zero. He's like, this is impossible, and he leaves, and his eyes are white, and he's like, so and so is gone. My name is Scorpion.
Now Brian's showing us his vinegar strokes.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
So did you pick one? You just said
picked what? No, I don't know.
Resident Evil. Bad choice, Brian.
When we continue this conversation or move on, I'm gonna just Google some game movies.
Dead or Alive.
We did that convention last week, and it had some girl from Supergirl and the guy that played Mowgli in the live-action Jungle Book.
Yeah.
And the guy that played Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon.
What was his name again?
Jason...
Scott Lee,
maybe?
Yeah. I rode in the elevator with that guy.
Anyways, they announced the guest for the next one. The next convention, it's August 21st. It's got Black Canary, Katie Cassidy from Arrow. Do you watch Arrow? You don't watch Arrow. So it's got Black Canary from Arrow. Simmons from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. She's the English girl. I don't know if you watched. And then Jay Garrick from Flash. He plays Zoom, who's the bad guy in Flash. So it's like three
semi-big.
Like comic book character people. And I'm like, oh man, I was debating on whether we were going to do the next one. But that's a decent pull.
Yeah.
Those are all current shows that are like decently watched shows.
Did you make money on the last one?
I did.
Enough?
Yeah.
You made friends.
It's just, I don't know yet. I haven't decided. So we'll see.
Cool.
Anything else you guys want to touch up on before we stop?
I wanted to do...
Did you pull up a list?
I'm doing it now. Max Payne?
We're at 1 hour.
Max Payne was the biggest disappointment. Because that game, I love it. Max Payne 2, Fall of Max Payne. The movie, such a disappointment to me.
I wanted to do E3...
Hitman?
Yeah, that's on here. I wanted to do E3...
Hitman's okay.
Like...
We could do it next week. After they've announced some more stuff.
Well, I wanted to do just like a
what you
want,
because
Red Dead.
You got 5 minutes.
That's fine.
If they don't announce Red Dead 2, I'll be disappointed. Red Dead Redemption was so fucking awesome.
It was.
For me, they're not going to announce a Fallout game.
Did you play Red Dead Redemption?
No.
It was good.
Do you not know the ending to the game?
Mm-mm.
Probably. I don't know if I can't spoil it.
Is that another top 5 list we have to do?
That's like top 5 ending. Like you don't want to know what happens.
How long's the game? How long does it take to beat?
It's like a GTA. I don't know if you just did the story missions.
Probably 20 to 30 hours.
Yeah. See, I'm not gonna have that kind of time.
Maybe
to go
15 if you're not doing side stuff.
Perfect. Spoilers.
Okay.
No.
Go ahead.
No, you don't. You really want to?
Well, no, because if it's that good, maybe I will go play it.
It's pretty good. It's better than any Grand Theft Auto.
So now you go back and play it now. The graphics won't be.
I'm not too concerned about that.
Wing Commander. No, not Wing Commander.
No.
What's this one? Oh,
since they're not gonna announce a Fallout game, I will hope that they announce another Last of Us game. That would be my big.
Even if they just show it like a trailer or something,
just to know what's there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, we were waiting. People like me were waiting so long for them just to mention something about Fallout for a couple of years, and when they finally did, it's like November, and I was like, oh shit!
They did that with Titanfall today. Titanfall 2.
I think it's too soon for Last of Us, unless they just show it 1 second.
I think they say
how long ago did the game
we'll
come out? It's over 2 years old, right?
2012.
But considering it's the fall.
I mean, not talking about it coming out that soon, but they got to be pretty far along.
Well, they have to have a different team working on it, so it's been in development for at least a year. I think as long as they just say, hey, here's like just a cinematic trailer, or if they're just like, this is what we're working on.
What was the first trailer they had for Uncharted 4?
It was.
Did they have gameplay? Was it the downhill chase?
No, the first trailer I thought was just him on the beach, and then he stood up and walked into the jungle after Maroons.
And that scene wasn't even
that was it?
The game per se.
No. It was chapter 13.
It was reimagined a little bit.
Yeah.
That was when he got marooned, but he didn't have a gun, and it wasn't a storm, I don't think, in that.
You know what? Now that I think about it, they probably won't. Just because you have Final Fantasy coming out, 15, and the remake of 7. You have The Last Guardian coming out.
Finally.
I want that
That's
game.
10 years in the making.
That's a day one for purchase for me.
Maybe they'll bring back StarCraft Ghost, and that's only been
20 years.
Yeah, I saw that playable at Comic-Con.
It's just in past the.
It didn't keep going.
No.
The fun factor.
Nintendo's not going to do anything except Zelda Wii U, which is kind of a bummer because.
Then I don't really care about. Much that's going on.
That makes sense.
There could be some new game that you might, if they announce another.
Well, I don't care about any of the first-person shooters.
If
I don't care
there's
about
another-
Battlefield. I don't care about Call of Duty. They're
There's
not
a-
doing Assassin's
I'm the
Creed.
same way.
If there's an Elder Scrolls,
They're supposed to announce a remaster of Skyrim.
Maybe I'll play that.
Skyrim is so awesome.
I own it. I haven't played it.
You piece of the shit.
Dishonored 2,
You feel like
which you
Oh,
should
God.
try to play that. That was very
I
good.
haven't.
I know. Dishonored 2, they already has a release date. It's in
Dishonored was
November.
awesome. I would play part 2 in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a couple of other things I've read, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But I think Last
That
of Us.
just makes me sad because there's not a ton of stuff out there that I'm excited about anymore. 'Cause I don't have
Not
the
that you
time.
know of, but new games might get you excited. You don't know what lies around the corner.
You're not going to see my vinegar strokes.
Could be some game that you've never heard of that's going to blow you away. Like, I mean, they haven't showed off a couple games in a while, like For Honor. They haven't showed off since last E3.
That's supposed to be on here somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Bethesda's press conference is at 7 p.m. tonight.
What if they show Dead Island 3 and you're like, fuck, let's play that four-player co-op.
That'd be fun.
Was it Dead Island? Is it 3? 2.
It would be 2.
Sorry, I forgot Riptide wasn't
Yeah.
part 2. But, you know, it could be a couple
What
games.
else does Bethesda do? Like what? Their press conference is tonight.
Elder Scrolls and Fallout, right?
That's it? Well, do you think they're going to show off the next... I mean, Dishonored 2 will get shown because that's Bethesda.
Well, I mean, they're also probably... I mean, it wouldn't be this year because Fallout 4 just came out, but Fallout 3 to New Vegas wasn't that big of a...
No, it wasn't.
Different
It was a
teams,
couple...
though.
Yeah, so, you know, you never know if something's fucking brewing.
Well, along those lines, that seems like something Rockstar does, is they announce a game and they come out with one major title every 2 years, but it's a different title. You know, Grand Theft Auto takes 5-6 years between titles.
It'd be cool if they announced a new GTA. Although they just really...
They said they're working on it.
I imagine they have to be.
That's a little bullshit. They need to get back on the movies. It needs to be every 3 years, and I need an excellent game that's this title. Like
Wait,
Avengers 1, Avengers 2, Avengers 3.
Well, would
Games
you
are
rather
hard.
have that or do it like they've done Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed, where it's 3 different
Fuck
teams
that.
working on...
Give me a great game every 3 years. Every 3 years, like clockwork. I don't
So
need
just
a
get
new,
the best talent and not get 3
I don't
different
need an
teams.
Assassin's Creed every single year.
No.
It brings me
They're
on.
skipping this year.
Yeah, I'd be okay with every 2 years.
That's probably what they'll go to. Next year is, I heard, Egypt.
That'd be cool.
I don't know how much climbing you can do on pyramids, but
I've
still
beaten
fun. Oh,
so-
God of War. That's what I want to see. They said it's Norse mythology. So,
Oh.
but someone mentioned, what if it's Egyptian and you're fighting Anubis?
Either one of those would be cool. It reminds me of Age of Mythology, but
Yeah.
all that would be cool.
Yeah, I think that sums it up.
Yeah, because I want to eat
Gears
more
of
Game
War,
of Thrones.
Gears of War 4. I want to see, but I'm not ecstatic about it.
I never got into that.
They showed leaks of
One thing about Gears I want to mention.
what's the game with the dude Dead Rising 4.
They making another one?
They showed leaks of that today, so they're gonna show. It looks pretty good.
4. What's part 3?
It was the one. It was the
The one I didn't play.
Xbox
Yeah,
One.
okay.
You know what I'd actually be okay if they announced a new Left 4 Dead game. We had so much fun playing those.
Valve need to take.
That's what they
release
should
something.
do. Is Half-Life 3.
God, can you imagine
People would shit their
Fucking-
pants.
Why would they not?
Portal 3? I would.
Yeah,
I would
that's a good
fucking-
one.
I
See,
know.
those are why
Die
I
for
like
that.
this. I like the press conferences because you can watch and get the big surprises. I was
Yeah.
like last year, Sony kicked off their show with.
I didn't watch
with-
any live shows last year.
Oh,
so.
yeah, Sony kicked off their show with Last Guardian. They were like, "Oh, here you go, just
Oh, wait.
don't even say anything," and they did a 10-minute
That,
demo.
that one blew everyone away. I kind of did watch
Yeah.
that, but it was after the fact.
And then
Final
they showed,
Fantasy.
and then they showed the trailer for 7, and it sucks because I saw Wario64's tweet, and it was like, so I have good conscience. This is actually happening, this remake, and then I saw the trailer,
And you're just like,
and I was
what?
like, fuck me,
Is
man.
that the Final Fantasy?
And
The
then
remake. See, I want them to announce that the first episode comes out in like October.
then the Shenmue remake, everybody lost their minds.
Shenmue 3 or something.
That's such a long time coming. Those big fans of the people who play on Dreamcast.
Yeah, I played Shenmue 1 on Dreamcast.
Yeah. So that's a big people have lost. I know.
What if they made another Power Stone?
That was a good game. Shenmue, Virtua Tennis, Crazy Taxi, and Power Stone were the 4 games I played just nonstop. Yes, Virtua Tennis. It was excellent.
It's fine. You mentioned Gears. You remember Gears 1 had the awesome trailer. The
Yeah.
what song was that?
It was Map World.
Mad World?
World by
Did you see the trailer, either of you, for the new one that mimics that?
No.
Gary Jules. Gary Jules.
Yes.
Mad World.
I
Sorry.
thought they used that song for the third game too.
Oh,
Didn't
did they? Well,
I
there's
thought
one.
they did.
I think it was a new song, but it reminded me, and because it has to
We
do
gotta
with
sign off.
the sun.
All right.
But I'll play it
Yeah.
for you guys.
I'll okay. The song or the game?
The trailer.
Okay.
Here in a minute.
So, yeah. I guess we'll reconvene. We'll do Game of Thrones recaps next week. or
Well,
2 weeks?
we
Maybe?
might as well just
Or are
wait
we
till the end
waiting?
for Game of Thrones now.
You just want to wait till the
Well,
end
we
of the
can't
season?
talk about it because you didn't watch last week's episode.
That's true.
And last week's episode was fucking.
I'll probably try
The first second I was like, oh shit, I can't believe this.
Okay, I'll try to watch it
I
tonight.
can watch it right now.
Okay.
All right, so that's it. We'll be back next week. So you will hear another episode next week. So
Next
Do
week,
we have any homework?
I think next week you'll hear another
Do we have
episode.
any homework for next week?
no
No movies.
homework. Oh, you know what? We can't do next week. We'll have to do next weekend because Katrina's gone 3-4 days next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we will have in a couple weeks. Comic-Con's in 38 days.
Nice.
Dun, 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 dun.
So
I see you made one of those big, like in kindergarten, where you had to do the big
circles?
rings of paper, and we're just tearing them off every day.
So
You should honestly do that for kids, though. That'd be fun.
I've done stuff like that for them.
That'd be cool.
Parker will be dressed as Dan TDM at Comic-Con.
As what?
It's a YouTuber. But we will...
Yeah. That's a new celebrity.
Okay.
I watched him. He's actually really funny.
It's the micro entertainment.
You're watching live broadcasts of press conferences. I mean, it's not that much... It's not
It's
that
not a
far-fetched.
person. It's a... Okay, whatever. I'm not... Go ahead.
He's actually really funny. But we will do a pre-Comic-Con and post-Comic-Con podcast at some point. I think we should do the post-Comic-Con one on Sunday after we've all left the convention.
When
so
we're
it's still
dead?
fresh. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I won't be here.
You know,
Why
get
not?
I'll be in Irvine.
For doing what?
Concert.
You put
Is
on a
it
show
fucking Slipknot?
No, it's corn.
with a K.
Yes, me and Daniel are going up.
We'll get
The cool people to do
we'll
it.
get
Oh
the
my
people that
God.
actually people want to listen to.
If we continue, the ones that, if we continue the Spaghetti Factory,
We
thing,
haven't.
I know we haven't done it for 2 years.
We did barbecue on the Sunday the last 2 years.
Did we
all
do
came
that
back-
one barbecue place last year, or was that for someone else?
There's something for that. Well, we gotta sign up.
All right.
That's episode 10. This is 9 to 5 Nerds.
10.3.
10.3. It's episode 10.3 of 9 to 5 Nerds with Robert Swaffwood, Corey Urkel,
See ya.
and Brian Pasfume.
See you guys.